Welcome to Envision Broadcasting, the station designed to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success presents The Momentum Shift. A show where we get inspired, we get moving, and we get results. Every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern with your host, Eric Collier. He's the mayor of motivation and mental quicksand expert, bringing you inspiring interviews and empowering stories that will help to improve lives. If you're ready to start making the impossible possible, then you've joined the right show, because the Momentum Shift is what you've been looking for.
Hello and welcome to the Momentum Shift, where we rise up, rebuild, and redefine what's possible. I'm your host, C. Eric Collier, also known as the Mayor of Motivation. Exciting to have you joining us today because you are in for a shift as always. Our guest today knows exactly what it means to create real momentum. His name is Todd A. Krause. So welcome, Todd, to the show. Todd is the owner of the cleaning authority Fishers, where he's more than doubled his revenue from 1.8 to over $4 million, all while building a diverse, high-performing team and an award-winning workplace culture. He's got a background as a CPA and MBA with decades of leadership experience across finance, banking, and entrepreneurship, where he helps organizations grow from startups to multi-billion-dollar enterprises. He's the founder of Silverside Consulting, where he helps home service businesses owners break through the growth barriers to keep them stuck. His mission: build strong leadership, rock-solid systems, and thriving cultures so companies can scale without chaos, burnout, or owner dependence. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my guest, Mr. Todd A. Krause. Todd, thank you for joining us. Hey, Todd, how you doing?
I am good. How are you, Eric?
I'm great, thanks. Great to see you. Great to finally meet you.
Yes, likewise. I've been looking forward to talking with you.
Oh yeah, definitely. You are, as I tell people when they come on the show and I read their stories, you truly are a momentum shifter, and this is definitely what I'm looking for when you talk about shifting momentum. You're consistently doing it and you're helping others. I love it.
Fantastic. So, how long have you been doing a show?
So the show been going on now. I think it was probably about 3 years now. Been going
Oh, okay.
on. I enjoy it. It was I tell people all the time it wasn't something that I set out to do. I just happened to connect with. So I trained with Les Brown for a year, and in that I met quite a few people that I enjoyed working with. And one of them, we started talking on, just having a discussion on TikTok, and then it went to Zoom, and then it went to, hey, let's create a podcast, and we created conversations with Steven and Eric, and he had some things, and he went on and moved on, and I kept going and shifted to the momentum shift, and been rolling ever since. I've been enjoying it.
Oh, fantastic. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured, it's and now we've actually started the television show. Started in towards the end of last year. We got an opportunity to create a television show that airs on Roku's DX virtual channel. And so we just finished up season 1, heading into season 2.
So, is a season when you do it that way is similar to a season on the networks, or you have 13 or 15 episodes?
Yes, we do 12. We 12. Our season is 12 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we roll like that. I never set up the podcast with episodes. I just kept interviewing people and going and going and going. So I never set up episodes on the podcast, but the TV show, we definitely 12 episodes and we're good. We're moving on.
Okay.
We're actually finishing up season 2 on the 7th. We're going to finish up those episodes for season 2 and be ready to move on.
Wow, that sounds pretty exciting. Things have definitely moved forward for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I enjoy it. Definitely. So, I want to thank you for reaching out to me. It's been I've really enjoyed being a part of Angel's group. If that where you're coming from, need a guest?
Yes, that's where I'm
Yeah.
coming from.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy that, and the people that I've met, man, it's been outstanding. So I love that group, and just like you said, your story, I got a chance to catch your TED Talk as well, and I like where you're coming from with the connection to your employees, your workforce, to create a great culture. I like that.
It has been a winning combination. It hasn't always been appreciated by every organization I was a part of,
Right,
but I've always found that when I could control things, it was really the combination that worked. In today's world, we're so focused on technology and AI. Most employees are going to work and they're feeling unappreciated. They feel like they're unseen. Most of them are living for a paycheck on Friday.
right,
But when you recognize them as a real person, a complete whole person, and the value they can bring, all of a sudden what they deliver just jumps up a level.
right.
So to put it into a real easy to grasp perspective, I used the example of two plumbers. Well, the first one shows up, his uniform could be neater, it could be cleaner, his shoes questionable, his tools are looking a little greasy, but well, he tracks footy prints all through your house, going to your utility room. He does fix the leak, though.
I got
To his credit, he does fix the leak. He leaves the utility room a mess. There's a puddle there. There's pieces of pipe. There's solder and other things lying about. On his way out, he hands you a bill. Well, the plumber B arrives and his uniform is clean. It's neat. It's pressed. Shoes are looking good. The tools are clean. Put shoe covers on before he even steps into your house. He's very careful not to leave footprints. He's cleaning your utility area as he works on your leak. If he fixes the leak, yes, he provided a service. He's going to give you a bill. He'd like to be paid.
right.
But which one brought their heart? And which one cared when they did the work? Who
Hmm.
are you going to rave about to your neighbors and your family and your friends and tell them which plumber and which company are you going to recommend?
Right. Yeah. Definitely not number one.
And that's really what I did in my cleaning business, and it's what I teach in my consulting practice, both from the stage and working either one-on-one or in small groups with people in charge of organizations and businesses,
Yeah.
is we all have access to these tools and these technologies. That's the core of our business. And
Right.
most of us are using the best tools we can find. But now if we wrap this culture of caring around it, the results are pretty amazing.
Yeah. I like it.
So you get like 5 things from that. You get employees who stay longer and care about the work they do.
Yeah.
They tell people what a great place it is to work. So these people come to you and ask to work there. So suddenly it's so much easier to hire people. Your retention goes up. Your turnover costs and training costs go down. That whole learning curve for the new employee getting through the beginner mistakes on the job, it goes down.
Yeah.
For the customers, number 3 notice what a difference. I love these people, the great attitude. I really enjoyed having them do work for me. They tell families and friends, and then you get number 5, the big one.
Yeah.
You just can't beat 5-star Google reviews with pictures and people raving about how good you are.
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
take 5 stars all day long, but 5 stars with pictures and people say, "Oh, I loved it when Mike and Joe came out," or "I loved it when Maria and Carmen, they do such a good job."
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gold.
As I remind I did a little research on Zappos and the culture that was created there. Sounds like that's what you're talking about there. The Zappos, you got the Starbucks culture that was created, Chick-fil-A's culture, Disney, all of that. So that's pretty cool. I like what you're talking about there because it is important. Those Google why people stay long, why it's hard to get hired, or people never leave, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
So we're not asking them to do more work. We're just asking them to care about the work they do.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Right. I don't want you to just show up and be a robot.
I mean, you can be the person who's going, I'm just
Yeah,
living for Friday and that paycheck.
yeah.
Or
Oh
you
my
can be
gosh, this work sucks. I don't want to be here. Another
right,
day, another dollar. I don't want that.
exactly. Or you can be the person who goes, you know, I like the people I'm working with, and this isn't so bad. They treat
Yeah.
me well here. They care.
Yeah. That's huge because there are so many leaders in positions who are all about just driving people. They're not about connecting. And I think that's a big piece for me. I'm somebody who loves to connect. I want to know what drives you. I want to know what motivates and inspires you each day. What it is that you're looking for, because if this isn't it, how can we get you to the next level? And then how can we look at it like this? If this isn't it, what can you learn here that's going to help you move to the next level to make this a great opportunity for you? I think that's a big one for me, connecting and just understanding your team.
It really is. It's seeing them for who they are.
Yeah,
There's no such thing as just hiring the work side of a person. You can't just carve out that little piece. When you
yeah.
hire somebody, you get the whole package.
Right. Yeah.
They come with family and they come with parents and they come with cars that break down.
Yes.
Giving them a little space to solve their own problems does wonders. When they come back after they solve their problems, they bring their heart and they care.
Right.
And what they do is just so much better.
They're appreciative of that. So tell me a little bit about what so I mean, I'm looking at your again your story. I mean, you worked with some really great companies and some great positions there. Trident Financial, Bank of America, Ziegler Capital. I mean, you were the senior VP and the financial chief financial officer. I mean, Zach's. I mean, you've had some great position. What led to you just finally deciding this is it? I'm going to move away from here and take a different route, basically creating your own shift.
Financial services to somebody who's never worked in it is very different than what people on the outside think.
Okay.
There's tremendous pressure to perform and put in incredibly long hours.
Okay.
In fact, when I was at Alter Domus, the last position before I bought the cleaning business, we had departments that had more than 100% turnover every year.
Really? Wow.
They were just all about grow, 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 grow at any cost, any expense. People were coming in 7:30 in the morning. They were staying till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, occasionally midnight to get things done because it was just get it done, get it done, get it done. Pressure, pressure, pressure. I watched the brain drain in that organization, and it was just hard to understand because these bright, intelligent young people would join the company. They would be so excited to be there. And within a short period of time, they'd have this deer in the headlights look on their face. What did I get myself into?
Yeah.
And you just knew that they were immediately turning around and putting their resume back out in the market saying, get me out of here.
Got you.
Within 3, 4, 6 months, so many of them were gone. It was just a constantly revolving door.
Mm.
It
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
had
tough
so much
environment to be in.
potential, but it wasn't run in a way that it ever realized the true potential it had as an organization.
Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's tough when you got 100% turnover. I guess if you know that that's how it works, then you can prepare for it a little bit better because you can always find some people to come in and think it's something and that it's not.
But Alter Domus, that position ended March 6, 2020 at
Uh,
11:30 a.m. That's when I got told my position was gone.
oh wow, was that
Right
sudden?
before the what would that be? Maybe a week to 10 days before the
Yeah.
lockdowns for the
Right.
pandemic.
Yeah.
But it was really roughly in that 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, I was looking on a business broker website and I
Okay.
found this cleaning business for sale. It had attractive financial numbers. It took care of my needs and my family's needs. So I showed it to my wife and I'm going, oh, look at this, hon.
Yeah.
Well, after so many years with the big title and the fancy desk and financial services, she looks at me, she says, a cleaning business. I said, well, yeah, look, it's got real potential. Look at the territory that it serves in the financial statements. A cleaning business. Well, on
Totally different.
that glowing support and approval, I went ahead and bought it. Well, fast forward, now she's the one making the daily deposits.
I love it.
Now she's saying, a cleaning business.
Great move, great decision, great idea. I love it.
Let's see if you read the book The Millionaire Next Door,
I
so
love
many
it.
of these people
What
in
am-
these types of businesses really are very wealthy.
Yeah, that's
These
what.
home service, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and on and on and on, for many people are a gold mine.
Yeah,
They
I
just
like.
don't, they might be driving around in their F-150 pickup trucks rather than a high-end BMW or high-end Mercedes, and they're perfectly happy that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I let your note taker in there. Yeah.
Oh, it's up to you. It's not necessary.
All right. I'll go ahead and
Note takers
move
can be very persistent
it. Yes.
and try to take over everything.
I'm trying to stop that in there. But yeah, that I like that. That's one of my favorite books. Uh, Millionaire Next Door. One of the quotes I love from and walked away with from that was people have a lot of hats and no cattle.
That is, I lived in those high-end neighborhoods in Chicago, and
Yeah,
that is true. They have the big house with the huge mortgage.
yeah.
They've got the high-end cars in the parking lot with the loans. They've
Hmm.
got the vacation property with the mortgage,
Yeah,
and they're about 50 feet ahead of the bill collector.
right. Right. They stumble, boom, they're gonna pick you right up.
They look like the picture of success from the outside, but
Mm.
when you really peel back the layers and look at what's happening inside their life, financially, personally, emotionally, they're in some big trouble.
Yeah,
Those families have just an unbelievable amount of just emotional, psychological problems. And it's always amazed me how you can go into the less affluent neighborhoods and people have a genuine sense of joy about them.
yeah, yeah,
They're really enjoying being with each other. And yes, maybe they get up and do the same thing every day, but they just exude this joy. And when they relax and have fun, they really have fun.
yeah, yeah. So let me ask you this. So how do you help those individuals who are in that you find are in this situation where, like you said, they're just a few steps ahead of the bus that's about to pick them up and move them out of that neighborhood, wake them up, or they're just trying to find something different, just like you did when you decided to step away from the investment world and start your own company with the excuse me, take over the cleaning service.
Well, I approach it more from, you might say, the side door than the front door.
Okay.
The mentality more often than not is, why can't I find any more customers? What's wrong with the people? Why can't I find the customers? Or the other thing you hear is, what's wrong with people these days? They don't want to work.
Right. Yes. This
We don't-
generation, millennials.
These millennials, look, they're all they want to do is be on their phones and watch videos.
Yeah.
So, and they're listening to the language they use. The problem is out there. It's
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's them.
It manifests itself in their business. They're stuck. They're not growing. They have revenue, but they're not profitable.
Hmm.
Case in point, I worked with a gentleman from Winter Garden, Florida.
Okay.
His business was producing $600,000 a year. He had 140 plus customers, most on recurring service,
Hmm.
and he wasn't able to pay himself. So that was really the entry point was, well, okay, let's get your business profitable. Let's
Right.
get it growing, because that was the other thing. It just wasn't growing. He was stuck. So while I'm helping him fix the growth problems, I'm at the same time moving him toward looking at people and his staff and the world around him differently.
Right.
The reality is he was grossly underpriced. If he just moved his prices up to market, he would have had $140,000 more per year.
Wow. Okay.
He had some serious inefficiencies in how he delivered the cleaning service.
Hmm.
Fixing that and standardizing the service produced another 40,000 plus. So he should have been putting about $180,000 in the bank.
Right.
So while I fixed the very visible things and I worked my way through the business from front to back all the way through, I'm coaching them about how to get this different culture in place
Okay.
so that people are caring, so that people are actually happy working there.
Yeah. So before you go into that, let me ask you this. You talked about him being underpriced and not making the money he should. Is that more of a mindset thing as to what he felt his service was worth, or that he was maybe too afraid to ask for the price that he deserved?
He was afraid that he would lose his customers to the cleaning lady.
Okay.
So I work with more than cleaning businesses, but
Mhm.
that's been the one that I'm probably most vocal about because I can point to my own personal company.
Okay.
In the cleaning industry, there are probably three levels of cleaning. There's the cleaning lady, somebody who for $60 or $80 or so uh, will come and give you a day's worth of cleaning at your house.
Hmm.
Up one level are your brand name, Mary Maids, Molly Maids, Cleaning Authority, which are all clustered in the middle. Then above that, they're your high-end white glove type services.
Yeah.
And the white glove services will clean everything and anything and do sheets and dishes and things that the others don't do. So how do the companies in the middle compete against the cleaning lady? Well, what ends up happening more often than not is that the cleaning lady doesn't actually pick everything up off your counter and clean the entire counter. It doesn't clean all of the things sitting on your counter. It tends to wipe down the exposed areas, and same with the vacuuming and the same with the dusting. The cleaning companies come in and will pick up and move and clean every object on your counter, clean the entire counter, the fronts of the counters, the doors, the baseboards, where the cleaning lady tends to give it more of a brushing over.
Okay.
People who have the cleaning lady tend to notice that their house gets dirtier over time,
Hmm.
and they don't realize it until something causes them to do some change how they do things. Maybe they go into a room where they've always left the door standing open. And now they want to go in there and have a private conversation. They close the door and OMG, there are piles of dust bunnies behind the door
Right.
because the cleaning lady never vacuumed behind the doors, just vacuumed where you walk, never moved anything to vacuum.
Right.
People who hire those type of services, if they have any environmental allergies, will tend to notice that it's getting worse, and I just don't know why. I'm feeling worse than I did maybe a month ago or 2 months ago. It's the level of dirt is gradually building up.
Yeah.
Cleaning companies well, at the end of the day, you can say they do pretty much the same thing. They all do it in a different way. They have a method that they move through the houses and a way that they clean to make sure that everything gets touched, everything gets cleaned. And being part of the cleaning authority, we have our rotation system,
Okay.
and we have a way that we train everybody to move through not only the house, but each individual room to get everything clean.
Yeah.
And then we can send any team to any customer and they will have the same experience
Gotcha.
because they're trained in the process.
Okay.
They're not just going out there with a bucket, a mop, and a sponge and doing it any old way.
So realizing that you're providing a higher scale of service and you that can't be beat when it comes to over time, right? Is important.
It isn't. And we do from time to time have customers who will say, well, for a few dollars more, I can hire the cleaning lady.
Yeah.
What we've learned is most of them come back in a couple of months and say, it wasn't as good. Your service was so much better.
Right.
So that creates this middle tier in the market.
Like John Maxwell's the law of the rubber band. Once you stretch me, I can't go back. Right.
Yeah, pretty much. But he had this mindset that he was competing against a cleaning lady.
Yeah.
He hadn't raised prices in 6 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
Meanwhile, everything in the world is getting more expensive every day.
Exactly. Yeah. And your bill, your cost for running is increasing as well, right?
It's really a catch-22
Mm,
situation. If I raise prices, I'm contributing to inflation in my own small way, but if I don't raise prices, then I'm falling behind.
yeah.
And my
Yeah.
profit margins keep shrinking because my operating costs keep going up.
Yeah.
So when you're looking out for yourself and your business, you have to keep up with the market and move
Right.
up, even though all of us doing that are driving the overall prices and cost of living up.
So when you're working with the executives, it starts with them first, or do you start with the team altogether, or how do you do that?
I I focus on the people at the top, the
Okay,
owners and senior managers.
gotcha.
There really is a lot of truth to the expression about the tone at the top.
Okay,
When the owners and the senior managers see the employees as real, complete people and treat them as somebody worth dignity and respect and courtesies and giving them the opportunity to solve problems when things happen in their lives, then the whole organization is different.
yeah. Now, do
Here,
you when you work with them? I'm sorry for cutting you off. I just
I
real
was going
quick.
to give you an example from
Yeah,
dating back to when I bought the cleaning business.
yeah. Go
It
ahead.
looked very good on paper when I walked through the door. It had a toxic environment.
Mm,
The turnover was high, morale was low. Cleaners and customers were turning over at a rate that, looking back, you say, well, how did the prior owner ever grow the business to the size it was when I bought it?
hmm.
So I changed that. I told my managers, I just said, stop, 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 stop saying no, stop saying don't, stop threatening consequences, flip it around. tell them what we need from them, what we want from them. Tell them what the rewards are for delivering that.
Okay.
So we connected what the customer wanted. We think about the customer, the owners, management, staff.
Yeah.
We connected what the owners and really the customers want to how the staff was bonused and rewarded.
Nice.
When Mrs. Jones said you did a great job, money on your paycheck next Friday.
Got you.
When Mrs. Jones leaves us a positive Google review, more money on your paycheck next Friday.
Nice. That's all.
So,
People just want to be acknowledged for the work that they're doing, right, and feel like they're part of the team.
right. And they have control over their income.
Yeah, that's a big one too.
We're
Yeah.
not asking them to do more than clean Mrs. Jones' house. We're just asking them to do a good job and care when they clean Mrs. Jones' house.
Right. Yeah. And don't go in there. Go in there with some good customer service. Don't just sit there. Everything is no, 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 no. I can only do this, and that's not great customer service all the time, right?
Well, that's our world.
Yeah.
Almost every sign in our world is a don't, no, and if you do this, this is what will happen.
Yeah.
So we said, please do the following, and guess what? We have rewards for you.
Yeah. Now,
We had
do
to
you,
get through the skeptical period,
uh-huh.
but once the first couple of teams got bonuses, the culture changed in 6 weeks.
Oh yeah. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. You got more money on your check? Hold on a second. What did you do? Start
Yeah.
talking about it, right? So let me ask you this. In a world where we use a lot of personality assessments, do you utilize personality assessments for your team to understand how they're thinking or need to collaborate or get information or just work together?
I know companies that do that and live and die by that.
Mm-hmm.
I found the single most reliable thing is what is their real desire? What do they really want?
Right.
And
Talk
if
to people, right?
and if what they want aligns with what we need, the rest of it we can train on. We can train on the technical skills, the techniques. We
Right.
can take somebody who doesn't have the right credentials
Uh-huh.
and they can do the job as well as somebody who's got a bunch of initials after their name. But
Yes.
if they don't have the right attitude and the right desire, it is incredibly difficult to
Yeah.
get good results.
Totally agree with you on that one. That's an important piece. Being open to learning, the attitude in which you show up, because that's a big piece. If you're not showing up with a great attitude, the people around you don't want to be bothered with you, or it just basically affects it. I heard to touch on that point, I heard a TED talk by a doctor, and she's from the Arizona area, and she talked about jumping choyas. Have you ever heard of those?
No, I haven't.
So she came across a jumping choya as she was walking through the desert. It looked like a cactus, and as she put her hand up there, it jumped out and basically embedded itself into her hand. And
Oh,
as you actually had to pull it out with pliers, and
wow.
not everything came out, and it just dug deeper into her hand. And the point on that was that sometimes you can come across people with negative attitudes, poor behavior, and because you're around that, as my mom says, if you're around nine angry people or nine broke people, number 10 is going to be you. That's what can happen. You can find yourself taking on that attitude and behavior like a jumping choy.
That's true. You really are a reflection of the people you hang out with.
Yeah, true.
So
So,
we
so like, what is it? What is it that really drives and inspires you to do what you do?
I just for a long time I just couldn't put it into words.
Okay.
And even if it was recently as a handful of years ago, people are going, well, why does what you do work so well? And I had to think about it and think about it and think about it. Because even as I was winning awards and on stage and being congratulated, I kept saying, what was all their hard work? It was all they did the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
And then several people kept pulling me aside and saying, they wouldn't have known what to do if you hadn't shown them the way. So then I really thought about, well, why is it and where did that come from? My parents owned a trucking business and they hauled milk from the farms to the dairy.
Okay.
And the farms were required to maintain a certain level of cleanliness and standards and that in order for the, the milk to be accepted and processed. And I would ride along with my father at times. Sometimes my mother made me ride along because I'd misbehaved, and
Right.
that was punishment.
Go
But
carry that milk.
but he was always fixing and cleaning things for the customers he had.
Okay.
He didn't ever want them to be shut down because if there was something he could take care of quietly on his own, maybe he fixed an outlet or he cleaned something around the milk house or things like that, so that when an inspector came, the inspector wouldn't give them a citation and
Yeah.
tell them you're shut down until you demonstrate that this is taken care of. During heavy snowstorms, we as a family even went over to some of these same farmers' farms and helped them remove the snow from their sheds that had not a flat roof, but it didn't have a very steep slope where the snow would slide off. And there was
Right.
always a danger of it collapsing.
Yeah.
We'd do things like that. So just from little on, we just grew up with that's how you treat people.
I like it.
That's what you do.
It's just a part of you. You get up and this is how you operate, right?
You'd almost say it was part of the DNA.
Yeah. That's
It's
just
just
it.
so that's and then I found myself even at organizations, I always was protecting my team and the people who worked around me. Sometimes it didn't work out so great for me
Yeah.
because the organization decided they didn't like certain people. And
Yeah.
I kept saying, well, you're wrong about them. They have a lot of potential. We just haven't brought that out yet.
Yeah. And that kind of that eats in your craw when you see things like that because you're like, hold on a second. It's not that individual. We just haven't connected with that individual or given them the opportunity that they need. I think that's a big, big piece when you talk about leadership and being a team member. Realizing that this person just hasn't been tapped into or given the chance that they need to succeed. They're not. It's
I
not.
was at a couple of organizations where certain managers had very, very high turnover.
Mhm.
It affected me on a personal level too. And when I overheard conversations that they had with their managers, it, it came together and made some sense in an unfortunate way because it was always, well, Susie's the problem in my department. And
Right.
if we just get somebody who's better than Susie, then my
Right.
department's going to be better. Or
Right.
Mikey's the problem. So we just why don't we deal with Mikey and then things are going to be better. So it was
Yeah.
always them, 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 them.
Yeah.
And turnover in their group was so much higher than turnover in the group down the hall.
Right. What I like too about what I've learned about you is you're taking people from dependent to independent, but it's that we piece as well. I like that you talk about you can't do everything by yourself. You can't do it alone.
Oh my God, no. It's not possible.
Yeah.
It's not possible to know everything. That's the one thing that I think people with higher levels of education struggle with.
Hmm.
They just think they have to have all the answers.
Right.
There is so much information in the world around us. You can't possibly know it all.
Yeah, I think that's what Daniel Goldsmith talks about in his book What got you here won't get you there is the word. One of the top 20 poor behaviors of a leader is believing that you have to know everything. You have to have all the answers and not admitting that when you don't know
Probably the wisest thing I heard a manager say is it's better to know what you don't know
them.
and when you need to ask questions than to try to pretend.
Yeah, we used to call that in the Navy, we called it tap dancing on the carpet. Everybody knows when you're tap dancing. You're like, ooh, stop right there, stop. But you watch the train wreck because they don't listen.
Oh, yes, I know what you're saying. But then it's a slow motion train wreck because usually the boss or the higher up keeps asking questions and poking a little harder at it, and then the story keeps unraveling.
Oh yeah. As a young sailor, I got a chance to watch an admiral do that to a an analyst, and you're like, "Oh, stop, man, stop, stop!" And then that admiral just get out of here. You don't even know.
It's just so much better to say, I don't know, but I will find out for you.
Yeah, there you go. That's the phrase that pays right there. I do not know the answer, but I will find out.
I'll look into it, I'll research it, something other than pretending.
Yeah, definitely. Now, so talk to me a little bit about your courage to get on stage and speak, because that wasn't something you, well, I guess you probably did a little bit of it in your role as a VP, but to get on stage and speak about how you felt about leadership and connecting and building high performing teams or just effective teams, what was the mindset, the approach, or why you decided to do that?
I just had this message inside of me that just dying to get out to the world.
Yeah,
And I worked very, put a lot of effort into getting onto the TEDx stage.
yeah,
I worked with an organization that promised to help me get on the stage. The best thing about that experience is I met the lady who really did help me get on the stage,
okay.
Elena Fernandez. And she's a public speaker herself,
Hmm.
psychologist and public speaker. It was scary
Yeah,
getting up there on the stage.
right.
I was a fill-in for somebody who just wasn't putting the effort in for TEDx South Congress in Austin,
Okay.
Texas.
Okay.
So I was a little late to the game. Everybody else had been practicing with the person organizing it and the team organizing the event. And then I came in, but Elena had really, really helped me be a fully prepared package with everything from the entire script to the description to the bios to the proposed title and everything in the right format because she'd helped organize TEDx events herself. So
Okay.
she just knew what all the pieces were. And I was able to just say, here I am, and here's all the pieces. And within a short amount of time, they accepted me as a fill in.
Nice.
I thought I would get roughly 12 minutes on the stage. I got 6.
Yeah.
I was discouraged about that. And Elena said, I've looked at everybody else's topic.
Uh-huh.
Your topic is a topic that the world needs to hear.
Yeah. Impact.
That gave me a lot of courage to get up there. And my wife sat in the front row and helped me when I stumbled a little bit.
Yeah.
You see, there's what shows up in the video and there's what really happened on the stage because all of us had somebody in the front row who, when we got stuck, would tell us what the next 3 or 4 words were in the speech, and we'd go, "Oh
Nice.
yeah, oh yeah." Well, they
Hey.
edited all that out, and you get this smooth flowing. Look at that guy; he just plows right through 6 minutes. Well, it wasn't quite that smooth in reality,
It's all good. I loved it though. It was cool. So
but all
so
the people
you
came up afterward, and they're like, "Oh, that was so great. I am so glad that was a fantastic topic."
uh
And
so
then I started doing my first public speeches for chambers of commerce and Rotary.
okay.
And the first couple of them, the first one or so was awkward, but by we get to the second or so, I'm watching people take their phones and go click, click, click with my slides, and they're recording, and
Nice.
it's connecting, it's landing.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
What you talk about is an important piece, and people care about that. So I love it. So now, you've mentioned her a couple times. So let's talk about how long you've been married.
Well, I'm on my second marriage.
Okay.
I was married to my first wife for almost 36 years, and she
Okay.
died in July of 2021.
Okay.
And then I met the lady that I'm married to now.
Uh,
She contacted me first July 7th, 2023, and she
yeah.
always reminds me of that.
July 7th, 2023.
We were both on Facebook dating. Her
Okay.
husband passed away in September of
Uh,
2016.
yeah.
So for a long time, she didn't get out there and look, and then she started looking, and she contacted me. And
Yeah.
within a very short amount of time, it just felt like that was the right thing. So we've been married since September of 24.
Oh, cool. Congratulations. I think for me, oh, wow, me and my wife were going on 36. And 38 together. I think for me, one of the big moves for my transition into momentum shifting was realizing that I had to step my game up as a husband and a father. And I didn't want my children operating as I was at that time. So I think that was one of the big reasons for my shift. And I think I always like to talk to people who are married. One of the things that I experienced was when I realized that I wanted to become a motivational speaker and help people change their lives, like Les Browns and Tony Robbins and those guys were doing for me. I came home and I started talking to babe, whatever it is you're going through, you can change things. And I look at and she's like, I don't even want to hear that right now. And I go to my kids, my three kids. I go, hey, whatever it is you're going through, all the challenges, you can get over it. You can do whatever you put your mind to. They're like, yeah, dad, whatever, whatever. And I was like, well, I'm gonna be a motivational speaker, and I can't even motivate my family. So when you decided to motivate, speak public, did you kind of run into that? She goes, yeah, that's cute.
No, she's
Somebody
been
needs
very
that. I don't.
she has been incredibly supportive of it.
That's
She
cool.
traveled to Austin, Texas with me and helped me
Yeah,
practice in the hotel room.
nice.
And I think it was the night before is when I had a breakthrough because everyone kept saying, "Well, you're coming across kind of flat. You need more variance in your voice." There was a full length mirror on one of the walls, right out, not in the bathroom, right out near the bed, and practice and practice and practice in front of that full length mirror, and she kept going. See, that's what I'm talking about. If you change this, it'll be better. If you change that, it'll be
Uh,
better.
they got a way to bring the best out of us. I love it. Yeah.
And it was incredibly helpful for making that talk as successful as it was.
Yeah, that's cool.
And she's continued to give me feedback along the way that's been helpful.
Yeah, I think I love it. That where we're at now, watching my kids listen now. They see in action, and my wife is. I'm hearing her give her most first motivational speak. I'm like, who is this lady? And she's always supportive of me too. So, like I said, it's big, and it's great to see that growth. And it's always great to have somebody in your corner. Somebody you can turn to and say, hey, you know what? Give you some honest feedback, right?
That's been incredibly valuable. She's
Yeah,
been wonderfully supportive.
yeah,
I think the thing I learned along the way was you need you to listen first.
yeah,
And when you listen and you're present, then at some point the conversation shifts and now they've become open to suggestions and advice.
yeah, yeah.
But when you start from that place of caring and listening, being present, it's pretty amazing how the world just opens up.
Yeah. Always tell people, I say, you wanna lose my attention real quick, and you start coming to me and go, "What you need to do is," I'm like, "Oh, you just lost me," right?
Or here's what I would do if I were you.
Right.
Well, guess what? You're not me.
Right. Understand where I'm coming from first, how I'm seeing this picture. Well, what, get something, a little feedback and understanding. Yeah. And then if you're
And,
not doing it, don't come to me and tell me what I need to do if you're not an individual who's out there doing this on a daily basis, right?
and then especially with family and close friends and that, phrasing all of the help more as questions. Well, have you tried this? Or do you think X would possibly help? Or do you think Y would help?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe it would.
I love it. I enjoy it. Like I said, I enjoy it. I try to keep an open mind at all times. I may not use what you say, but I want to hear where you're coming from to get an understanding of how you're thinking, and then give me a chance sometimes too to go, hey, look at it from a different angle, even though I don't agree with it.
Well, when it comes to working with people, the expression that it's like herding cats is
Yes,
very appropriate. You're happy if you can keep them all moving in approximately the same direction.
right. Wow. Todd, man, I've enjoyed this, man. We set this up to be a discovery call, man, but I really just right off the bat, I'm like, I'm loving talking to you. So I just kept talking, and I appreciate you continuing to talk about, what you do and share your journey, man. I love it. So thank you for
Oh, you're
for
welcome. Had a,
for
had a
like
great
going,
time.
hey, Eric, we said this was going to be a discovery call. Thank you.
Well, I had a great time talking with you too.
So I love this, man. If you don't mind, I'd like to air this as our discussion, if that's cool with you, unless you want to
Oh,
try it.
perfectly fine with me. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, this was cool, man. I really enjoyed that. I want to, before we shut everything down, though, I want to make sure we covered everything that you wanted to discuss today. Is there anything you'd like to share with the audience that we may have missed?
I welcome every opportunity to work with and talk with people who are just looking to grow, looking to improve. Business owners, organizations, that's especially rewarding because it flows outward and it impacts how they treat the people that work for them,
Mhm.
the people in the community that they serve. There's something really rewarding about helping people in those situations solve a problem, helping them make their organization and their business function better than it did.
Yeah, like I always say,
So,
was the great part for coaching with me is that aha moment when you see the light go off and they finally get it, and it's things are working for them.
but not only when it's working for them, but then when they in turn make it work for their
Mm.
their customers.
Yeah, I like that.
That is just an amazing thing.
Yeah.
So,
Uh-oh, I think I lost you.
so I would welcome all and reach out to me in conversation.
Okay. And how can they connect with you? Okay.
www.silversunconsulting.com. On as S-U-N.
Okay. And I'll
On
make
the
sure.
About page.
Oh, sorry.
On the About page is my email address and a phone number. And that phone number rings right here.
Okay. Cool deal. And I'll make sure it's on the description as well.
I answer my own phone. So please give me a call.
That's
Love
cool.
to talk to you.
And what do you have coming up?
I got a few more podcasts coming up. They're working on landing the next couple of public speeches. Just finished one for the Westfield Rotary Club. Westfield is a suburb, a northern suburb of Indianapolis,
Okay.
for people who aren't familiar with the area.
I am familiar. I grew up in Danville, Illinois.
You would be, yes. But somebody outside of this area will say, Westfield, where's that?
Right. Exactly. Wow. Well, Todd, man, I thank you for joining me. I really, like I said, again, I truly enjoyed this. This was great. I've never had a discovery call turn into just a full-blown interview, but man, I really just enjoyed talking to you. So thank you very much for the opportunity to continue our discovery call.
Well, thank you. And let me know when you post it.
I
What I'd
will,
really
definitely.
like to do is put it on my website,
Okay.
YouTube channel, and publish it out to social medias and just
Roger
let
that.
people know that you're there and can have this great conversation with you.
All right, I will definitely do that. And I'll end it like I'll end all my shows. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for this week's episode of the Momentum Shift podcast and radio show, where we rise up, rebuild, and redefine what's possible. I'm C. Eric Collier. This has been my guest, Todd A. Krause. Thank you all for joining us. Until next week, just keep pushing because nobody's going to do it for you. Take care.
Thank you for joining The Momentum Shift, a show bringing you interviews and stories of incredible people to help you get inspired, get moving, and get results to ultimately create the life-changing momentum shift that will improve your life. Join host Eric Collier, the mayor of motivation and mental quicksand expert, every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern for The Momentum Shift, the show and change you've been looking for.